And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave. He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Ben Simmons. And for Toronto, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Fred VanVleet out there with Norman Powell. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Clark, we have a big-time matchup with the big men down low tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, you're going to see both teams double these guys because they're just too hard to handle. Otherwise, they'll have to do their work and make their decisions quickly.
Tries to save it. Feeds it to Richardson. 2 points. That one goes. Richardson's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's VanVleet. Gasol trying to free himself up. VanVleet with the bucket.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Fires from deep. And the 76ers get it back. Embiid, no good. Here's Toronto now. It's a 3-point game. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. VanVleet. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. For the Raptors, their last game, a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
VanVleet passes to Siakam.
And you know, Embiid is a decorated defender, a guy who consistently brings energy on this end of the floor.
After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's VanVleet. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. And here's Gasol outside. Sinks the triple.
Man, you really got to appreciate the versatility of Gasol. I mean, he's a big man with range. I love seeing him square up from deep.
Toronto grabs the miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Powell. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Raptors, trailing by 4. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed. That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Pass to Johnson. And Johnson with the stop.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. He's got 8.
Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that high.
Now, here's Siakam. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be. And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Richardson the pass to Simmons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
Well, I tell you what, the combination of speed, mobility, and strength that Simmons has is special in a 6'9" frame. He's terrific at using all of that to bully defenses.
No good on that one.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Now here's Powell. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. Kicks it to Johnson. That 3 off the mark.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Inside. Harris's shot is off. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
The Raptors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Norman Powell at the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Powell. Clark, midseason rumors now in full session. When a player requests a trade, how strongly do you think that affects team chemistry?
You know, Kevin, I'm all for players voicing their choice and actually having an opportunity to express themselves, but it can be detrimental if a player in the middle of a season makes it known that he's not interested in being there. It can have a terrible effect on team chemistry, in my opinion.
And that one drops.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Van Vliet looking around. Pass to Powell. Shot from the wing, and he nails the jumper. Powell's got 6 points.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Offensive rebound, Embiid. And he banks in the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Gasol. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off of.
The rebound by Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Siakam misses. The 76ers leading by 5 from deep. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
And the Raptors with some changes. Baca comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Stanley Johnson. And the 76ers also making a change. Horford's checked in. Here's Van Vliet. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
To the paint. From 10 feet out. Doesn't go for him.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Norman Powell is out there with Payne, and it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The 76ers leading by 9. Passes it to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Puts it up, and the jumper is on the mark. 19 points in the game.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Now here's Payne, guarded by Simmons. Richardson against Johnson. Here's Gasol. No good, shot missing. Good D by Embiid. Tipped away and stolen by Payne. Here's Powell. The pass to Siakam. Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Johnson. The three-pointer is right on target. Johnson's got 8 points.
Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Now here's Johnson. He's got 8, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Harris. The Raptors have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Here's Gasol. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. And here is Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Embiid, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Korkmaz, he's checked in for the 76ers. And the Raptors call time here. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game? Both teams making substitutions here.
Shooting for Toronto, Hollis Jefferson. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson.
And, you know, drawing comparisons to Andre Iguodala, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Hollis Jefferson with some models to map his game after, and both of those excellent models for him.
Just 3 on the clock. And Simmons with the nice bucket inside. And the 76ers lead by 10. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. The 76ers leading by 10. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Now Siakam. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Powell. Off target from three-point range. Here's Philadelphia. Philadelphia moving the ball around. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Van Vliet. Wants to get it to Powell and does.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Harris, good.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
Raptors trail by 12. Siakam with it. No points in the game yet for him. Shot on the way. Good on the shot. Siakam's got his first 2 points.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
The quick look, no good that time.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
And now Philadelphia on the break. Simmons is running. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Powell.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Philadelphia leading by 8. To the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 26 points for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Embiid, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, the sheer size of Embiid often puts the defense in tough spots. He's a beast.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. First free throw is good.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Gasol, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Powell against Simmons. Teardrop shot. The shot by Powell, no good. The 76ers leading by 12. Now the dish to Richardson. An easy 2 points on the layup. Richardson's got 9 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
He gets that one. 5 points in the game.
Assist goes to number 5.
And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto. And the Raptors call time here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
And Toronto making a change here. Payne's checked in. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Siakam. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Clock at 6. They could use a bucket. Not going to go that time. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Harris finds Simmons. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. He's got 31.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Raptors trail by 19. Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Gasol. Shoots over Embiid. And again, Toronto no luck.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Siakam misses.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. A nice shot by Harris.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam. And our third month into the season, things becoming a little more clear in the power rankings. You take a look at the Warriors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now for the 76ers, they weren't supposed to be this effective at this point in the season. The question now is, can they sustain it? And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Johnson. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Fred Van Vliet.
And you've got to be more careful in that situation. That's his 5th foul, and now he's walking a fine line.
And the 76ers making a change here. Horford's checked in. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The 76ers leading by 23 from deep. They get it again. O'Quinn, and the layup's good off the glass. O'Quinn's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's Payne. He's got 8. Over O'Quinn. No good from Gasol.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 36.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the 2nd round for the 2nd straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers. Boy, he's really been...
Philadelphia with the ball. And here is Simmons. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Another win for you, Jay. Looks like this team is becoming a real contender. Is it too early to start planning for the playoffs?
You're going to hate me for using the word cliche, DA, but, we truly do take it one game at a time. We know our team is good. But as soon as we look away, man, things go left. So we're trying to avoid that.
It probably makes sense to keep your eyes on the prize. Congratulations. Guys?
David, thank you as always.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, big dog. You played good too, bro. Whoa. Appreciate you, bro. Just gotta keep this intensity, That's all I'm trying to do.